everybody. How are you guys? This is Jacklyn Metcalfe.
Saundra, Edgall.
And I'm Kristin, Carnes.
We are welcoming her to the stage. Thank you for coming out to the middle of nowhere and not getting lost.
Yeah.
So what we do every episode is we start with 3 random questions, and you can answer all 3 or you can opt out on one, but you have to answer the other 2. So you've drawn your questions if you'd like to read them, and then pick one and start with, and we'll see what you have to answer.
Okay, what is the biggest myth about sex? That the way a guy dances is the way he is in bed. I dated a Brazilian.
Really?
And he could do the lambada, but he could not do the lambada in bed. It was very disappointing.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
He was so hot. He was like 4 years younger. Oh, he had
What's
that
the lambada?
accent. Oh, I'm sorry, you're younger. You don't know. So back in the early, this is late 80s. There was a song called The Lambada, and it was all like doing the samba from Brazil. So it was very sexy. It was like, yeah, I can't do it obviously, but it was very hippie and sexy,
So
and it was like a huge
advertising.
video back when MTV had videos.
Oh.
So it was hot back in the day. What would you like to change most about men? Where do I begin? Jeez, there's so many things, so many things.
I would have to agree with her on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what would your thing be?
What would my thing be?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to make them all mute. Just kidding. I will on-off switch, come with a remote.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So I can program them.
Yeah. You got to train them.
Right.
You got to train them.
Yeah, just make them a robot. Hey, Jody. Hey, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, hey, Jody.
Yay.
I'm looking at the wrong screen. Hey, Jody. Duh. She told me to look at this screen, and here I'm not even listening. I think the biggest thing is just being ruled by hormones.
Oh, right.
Okay, the biggest thing is that I didn't realize men were ruled by hormones so much. And I kept thinking, oh, this guy likes me, this guy likes me. And I told my husband this story about a guy I met when I was living in Central America, and I wanted to sleep with him. He looked like Christopher Reeve.
Nice.
Not the original Superman, but the Superman from the 70s. So he had muscles, the black hair, blue eyes. He was hot. I wanted to sleep with him. We're in bed. He said, no, it's too much of an emotional outlay.
What?
I know. And I was like, oh, that's so deep and sweet, because we were going to be leaving each other and stuff. I'm like, that's so sweet. Told my husband, he goes, you dumbass. He was dating somebody back at home. That's why he wouldn't sleep with you.
Oh.
And then when I looked back on it years later, I'm like, well, he did get a fax from this one chick that said she missed him.
A fax.
This is back in the day. This is Central America, 1991. Wow. So faxes were still the thing. And I'm like, yeah, looking back, I'm like, he's right. He's right. So anyways, we'll do the last question. What's the most disgusting thing I've ever done? I'm not going to name names. No, the most disgusting thing, okay, I'm going to just be honest here. So I lived in Guatemala for a year in Central America. And let's just say I ate a lot of beans on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And everything would just move along. And I'm living with a host family, and I had my own private bedroom, and they only had one bathroom for the whole house. And they had 2 teenagers and the mom.
Sounds like my
And
house.
it was like the morning, and everyone's getting ready to go they were going to school, and I was going to go off to work. And all of a sudden nature hit. Like I could feel the rumble, and I knew it was going to happen. The bathroom was taken. There was nowhere to go. And the only thing I could find was a Target plastic bag.
Oh my God.
So keep your Target bags. They come in handy. So I had to use a plastic bag in my room, and then I had to tie it up, and I couldn't dump it in their trash because they don't have a very good sanitation system. So a lot of times they take their trash and dump it out and burn it and stuff.
Oh.
So I couldn't do that. So I had to carry it in my purse and like walk down a few blocks to this abandoned house, and then I had to throw it in this house.
I had to shit in a trash bag because my house is we're on a well, so we have a septic tank.
Okay.
And when it rains heavily for some reason, I guess when the developers like put the house on the lot and build it and all that stuff, they put the septic tank in the wrong place. It's not supposed to be like on a slanted hill for some odd reason. I don't know. I'm still all confused about the whole like finger system and their logic behind it all. But whenever it rains too much, it gets full, so your toilets can't flush.
Oh,
And this was like 2 years ago, and it just rained and rained, and we couldn't flush any of our toilets,
mhm.
and like all the water had like went out of the all the
Septic?
toilets.
Oh, okay.
And
So there was no water
there
in
was,
the
like, no-
toilet.
like, no,
So
like,
you
that
couldn't
is
you
so
couldn't like
weird.
get a bucket and pour
I
water
could
in
have done
after
that,
you.
but it wasn't even flushing.
Okay.
It was so in the process of waiting for like the septic people to come pump it and all that stuff. Like I had to go to the bathroom, and so did my daughter. So I just put a trash bag, and like just made her go there, and then I would put it in the
The trash.
bag it, like
Trash
double
bag in a
bag it
bucket
and
is
put it in
great.
the-
You do that when you camp sometimes, and then you carry it out.
You know what?
This is what I don't understand what the septic tank is. They say like it won't flush because they say the rainwater makes it full.
Okay.
Okay. My thing is, if it's full and rainwater can get in, can't like your shit water get out?
I would think so.
And
That
they
would
say
make
no.
sense.
They say no, and I
Why?
say I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
That doesn't make sense to me. We're on septic too, and
Yeah, I have a septic. I don't have any clue. I just pay somebody every couple of years to come and
come and
empty
clean it out.
And
Yeah.
ours, like I was having to have ours pumped like every 2 or 3 months.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
That's expensive.
There was something wrong with it. I don't know. And
But
now
is
it's
oh, it's a
we
fix.
haven't had any problems with it in like ages. But
You haven't pooped in years, but
yeah, I haven't pooped in I don't know how long.
We all know she's full of shit.
Go to the gas station. No. But yeah, I don't understand it. And then there were times like where it would back up, and I would have shit water coming into my bathtub.
Oh my God, no.
ugh.
Isn't that great? Yeah,
That's
and
terrible.
And no one. And the thing is,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go find the developers who built the house and all this shit, and put the fucking stupid septic tank in a place where it's not supposed to be?
Right?
And like I don't know, it's Avon, Indiana. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Why am I not on? Why am I still on well water?
right?
Yeah.
Why am I not on city water?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's ridiculous.
Jody made a very good point. That's shitty.
It is
That's
very
shitty. Thanks, Jody. Always insightful.
Not
Very
not only do
insightful.
I have to have a state of the art iron filter,
Oh,
I
we
also-
gotta get that.
Look
too,
at
yeah.
Lisa and Pon and
Pump it
Renato.
up.
and I also have to I have a state of the art iron filter that just exclusively does iron, that gets
Yeah.
the iron out. And then I still have to keep it filled up with salt. And then I have a separate filtration system that like I have to fill up with bleach, and it bleaches the water, because not only is my well infected with iron, which is
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, we
every
have
well
that.
in the world.
Right.
Mine has iron bacteria,
Okay.
and the filters will not get rid of the iron bacteria. So I have to kill the iron bacteria, and you have to use bleach. I mean, you can bleach your well, but then
Yeah.
it makes it worse, and it comes back, so you're constantly having to pay. But you can just
I had no idea you could have that much trouble with the
Yeah.
septic.
you
See
can't
how
get-
informative this is, people?
It is. It's really
You're
informative.
learning and laughing at the same time.
I
it's
mean,
gross, and God, I mean, and
You can't get any better. With talking
how
about
do you know
shit.
what else is in the well?
You
I
don't.
mean, people use
I wouldn't drink it.
No, I don't drink it. But still, I mean, and I use bottled water for my cats, so they can. I don't even give them. Well, I can't because I have bleach in my water. But you don't know what your neighbors are putting on their lawn, and no one
Pesticides, Roundup.
pesticides, all that stuff, and doesn't all that go into the ground and into the groundwater
I would think so.
that millions of people in Indiana are
Drinking up.
drinking and living and showering in? And then you look around at some of the open mics, and you're like, you know what? That makes sense. I'm just saying.
Can I tell one more poop story?
Go
Just one
for it.
more.
No.
So my husband and I have this friend, and he has major issues going to the bathroom. His wife says he takes toilet paper and wraps it around up to his elbow because he's got some kind of phobia. 2 times he has slept over at his in-laws' house and had to take a dump in the morning, and the toilet has backed up, and he has left then to clean it up.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
He's like, I got to go to the airport. Sorry for the mess. Out the door. So when he comes to
now
visit,
that's shitty.
when he comes to visit us, I give him 1 ply. I'm like, you are not allowed to have 2-ply toilet paper in my house.
Do you fold or wad?
Fold.
Wad. I'm a water.
I'm a water. I wad.
No, I fold.
You fold? You do
I
the-
fold. Just yeah.
Go figure.
I use like half a roll. Just one.
Girls
left.
use more toilet paper than
We
guys.
do- we
well,
do.
one, we have to wipe when we pee, but yeah, we do. We use more toilet paper.
Yeah, I mean, I also need to keep my bra filled.
mean,
Sorry,
Not
guys,
as
it's
much as
fake.
me.
So, tell us, how did you get into comedy?
How did I wanted to do it since my 20s, and I told this boyfriend, I'm like, I want to do comedy, and he said, ooh, I've heard funnier.
Oh.
Yeah, he totally did. He didn't get lucky that night, so haha. Suck it, Dave.
Because she wasn't.
Yeah, because I wasn't leaving you high and dry. I always wanted to do it since my 20s for some reason. I never got around to it because I was doing grad school, got married. I've moved all over the place. And then when we moved to Boston, Boston has a huge comedy community. I mean, it's just
Okay.
monstrous. So I took a couple improv comedy classes, which is interesting. If you've done improv, it's interesting. But I couldn't deal with all the crazy people and not having control over it. So then I did a stand-up class.
Okay.
And then from there, I started doing shows in New England area. And I took another
Wow.
class with a woman who was on Last Comic Standing.
Nice.
She was hilarious. Kelly McFarland. I'll just put that out there. She's awesome. So then a woman from the class, her and I started our own show in Boston, a monthly showcase.
Okay.
And that was awesome. We had such a good time doing that and just doing shows, and then did a couple festivals, and then just moved here and trying to continue.
So what brought you to Indy?
The husband.
Oh,
The
okay.
husband
That makes
got a
sense.
job at Purdue, so
Oh, so you lived in Lafayette?
West
or?
Lafayette, yeah.
Wow, that's a hell of a drive, isn't it?
To here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an hour 40.
They probably have mics up there, don't they?
No,
I'm
they
so
have
sorry.
no. So Bobby, you know Bob Strasma? No, so he's.
Sorry,
I
Bob.
guess he's been doing it for decades, and him and I are kind of buddies now. And he tried to get a mic going; it didn't go very well. And then there's another mic that's really a music mic, but
Okay.
they'll let comedians go up, but they're all musicians and
There's
they're not really
nothing-
listening. I know. Can you believe
Nothing
it?
in Lafayette.
No, just that
That's-
one with the music people.
Huh.
But Bob's been doing a couple shows now in Lafayette. I've done 2 of them now, and those have been really
How
fun.
far are you from Fort Wayne?
2 hours,
Is it
maybe
2
hour and a
hours?
half.
So how far are you from Indy then?
I don't know.
Good hour 15.
So you don't get out to a lot of open mics here?
Not tons. I did Jokers that time I saw you. I just did the Tavern down in Beech Grove, which
Oh,
was a hall.
Yeah, all right.
I did Helium once, and I've done some shows like Anderson, I think was the town, and Fishers and
Okay.
and stuff like that. But yeah, there's not a lot going on up north.
I didn't know that.
There's a
Hey,
couple
you
shows,
Northerners, take care of that. Let's get on that.
Oh, thank you, Jody. I wish you could have been there at NAMI's. It was a lot of fun. It's kind of a small crowd, but it was a good show. And Rob Wilfong was
He
freaking
is. He's
hilarious.
I can't wait. He's gonna be on the show. So
This
we're
show?
excited. Yes.
Oh God, that's
Yes.
gonna be fun.
It
He's a
is.
goofball.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be. He's good people, and he's funny.
What about Magic Mike? Pon's asking.
Magic Mike.
That's an awesome movie. That's an Oscar level movie.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike with Channing Tatum.
Well,
being a
I'm
stripper.
familiar.
John,
He
Joe
wasn't.
Manganiello, the
Oh, yeah.
Italian guy.
I mean, I know what it's about. I've never seen it.
Oh, you should
The
totally.
first one's good.
It's not
The
my
first
thing.
one's good.
No,
No.
you just mute it. You don't even need to hear the
That,
dialogue.
I mean, watching guys that does nothing for me. I would never be turned on by
Yeah.
never.
Channing Tatum doesn't do for me. It's Joe Manganiello, whatever his name is, because Italian guys. My husband's Italian. Italians do it for me. He is sexy
I'm with
in
you on that one. The dark hair, dark eye.
Oh yeah,
yes,
like the dark, all the Latin look.
Mhm.
That's totally me.
Yeah, those kinds of guys get you in trouble though. Okay, so
Oh,
what
thank
is
you, Jody.
okay? What is the best stage you've been on?
The best stage.
Yeah, the one that you hit it and you're like, yay!
I would say there's 2 of them I really felt good at. I did Laugh Fest in Grand Rapids just a few months ago at this place called Kristin Brewery, and there were 100 people maybe there, and I just connected with the crowd, some people in the
Awesome.
front row, and when I got off the stage, I had like 3 or 4 people come up to me and say how much they liked my stuff and really enjoyed it. Someone followed me on Twitter from it, and then Eau Claire. There's a place called, for comedians out there, there's a place called The Plus, and it's in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So it's about hour and a half east of Minneapolis. Great room.
Really.
And that was, had a couple people come up afterwards, and I was just like, this is
Yay!
why I love it.
Right. So how long have you been doing comedy?
About 3 years.
About 3
I'd say.
years?
Yeah.
What's the worst experience you've had?
One of the worst was at Laugh Boston, obviously in Boston. It's a huge venue. I mean, it must fit, I saw Michelle Wolf there. It must fit 300 people.
Wow.
I mean, it's cavernous. And it was this show on a Wednesday in December. I still remember it was really cold. There weren't many people in the audience. There were like 12 people, and I was second to the last.
Oh, gosh.
So by the time I get up there,
Everybody's gone.
there are 4 people right in the front, one of whom is laying on the table like this, wanting to go to sleep. And then I can tell that in the back of the room, it's really dark, but I could tell there's a couple people back there. And I did this joke about Neil deGrasse Tyson, and all of a sudden in the back of the room, I hear, just a groaner from the joke.
What was the joke about?
It's about, so my husband's a scientist, and I do a joke about how he considers Neil deGrasse Tyson to be the scientific version of Kim Kardashian, because they're both, I said something like, because they're both fame whores. What was it? They both want to be on every television show, something like that, and they both enjoy exploring black holes.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
And that was a bad.
No,
I've
that's
done
funny.
that joke twice, and one person's like, "You can't do that because Kim's not a lesbian, so that doesn't make sense."
Oh my gosh.
It's
And-
comedy's not that deep.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
think
fine.
so either.
No.
But after that groan, I've never done that joke, so I changed it, and
Hey, Rob.
it's
Sorry.
who is it?
Rob
Oh, hey,
Wolfram.
Rob. You are a goofball, Rob.
He is a
I love
goofball.
you, and I hear you're going to be on the show soon, so
We're
I'm
looking
going to
forward to it.
watch. And the other one, the other like setup is about, they're both fame whores, and my husband's a racist. And in Boston, people laugh at this, and then I say, "Oh, just kidding. My husband's not from Boston." People in Boston still laugh because they know they have a terrible reputation when it comes to racism. It's
I
just
had no
awful.
idea.
I had no.
Oh.
I didn't.
Yeah, they're famous for it out
Worse
east.
than
Really?
being
Worse
in
than
Martin,
New York.
Kentucky.
What?
Worse
How?
than-
How so? Like how?
It's just like the segregation in the city is really bad.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
It's everywhere though.
And
I
like
think-
Bill Russell was a famous basketball player for the Celtics, and it took decades to get a statue of him in the city that should have, happened instantly when he retired.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. And it's just that's how it's known, at least in New England or East Coast. That's how it's known. I tried that joke outside of Boston, saying,
probably
"Oh
didn't
no,
get it.
just kidding. He's not from Boston." People are like, "Huh? I had no idea.
It's funny, but I mean, I wouldn't have gotten it because I didn't know
Yeah.
Boston had.
That's the thing I realized after being there is that you have to really think of your audience and where they're coming from, and the
Mhm.
jokes that work in Boston
Don't necessarily apply here.
don't apply
that's
here.
that's a lot of places. That's a lot of
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
everything is like
and
that. Yeah.
there's different, like everyone has a different sense of humor and
Right?
different type of material that they like and topics, and so it's just finding your audience, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's how it works.
So what
So-
is your audience?
What is my audience?
Yeah. Are you PG, what do they call it? PC? PC, PG?
PG, is it PG-13? Or
A little rated R, maybe some
I would
X.
say a little rated R. I do a lot of like sexual innuendo, but I don't do
Just in your face.
in your face stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah, I saw enough of that in Boston with guys talking about where they're gonna shoot, and it was like, I don't want to hear how you hit it off the back of the garbage can, and it's like I do that. He
Dane
was
Cook is
bombing.
from Boston, isn't he?
Dane Cook, yeah, they hate him though.
Yeah.
Well, for one thing, I mean, I
Is
love
that the
you,
racist
Boston. I
thing
love
going
you,
in?
Boston. I had a great time there, but you're a rough fucking crowd.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're hard to win over. They want, like, they love Gary Goldman. He's from Boston.
I don't know who
He
it
does a
is.
lot of. He's nationally touring. They love him. Dane Cook, they hate. No. Go
That
figure.
seems, yeah, right?
Bill Burr's from Boston too.
Yeah. I think they love him. Mark Maron's from there, I think, as well.
I didn't know that. I thought I wouldn't expect him to be. He doesn't sound like he's from Boston.
Who?
Mark Maron.
Mark Maron? Yeah. Yeah, it's got a distinctive accent. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You don't sound like you're from Boston.
No, obviously not. I grew up. I'm from the Illinois-Wisconsin border.
Did
My
you say you
husband
sound
says
like
I
you're
sound
from
like I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can see.
Yeah. Whenever I say Wisconsin. Yeah.
It's like, yep, we got
There you go. Bing, 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 bing.
Come on, people. You know you can ask questions at any point in time. If not, then we'll come up with our own.
It's the new Rob's on new meds. Awesome.
What kind of meds are you sharing?
Can you share? Yeah, I was just gonna say.
So, who has been the most influential in your comedy?
Oh God.
Anybody
You mean
stand
like
out?
someone famous?
What doesn't even have to be famous, just somebody that's had a pretty good impact on your.
I think my teacher Kelly McFarland was really good talking about just talking about what you want to talk about and being true to yourself. I think
What did she do a documentary called Women Aren't Funny?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Is she married?
She is now. She just got married a few years ago.
Is her husband a comic?
No.
Okay, then it's someone else. There's another McFarlane, and she's a
Oh,
comic.
the Bonnie McFarlane.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she did a documentary where she was it was called Women Aren't Funny, but it was like the premise was like anyways, it was
We are
a
funny.
little hokey, but yeah, she had her husband was in it and he's a comic.
What's her husband's name? I don't know who. It's not Seth. We know that.
No. I don't know what her.
We could always ask Alexa.
Let's ask.
Yeah,
let's
ask
ask the crowd. Look it up. Who's Bonnie McFarlane's husband? We need to know.
And he's a New York comic, I think.
Oh, he is. Okay.
I mean, that's I think. I mean, maybe he's Boston, but he has like either Boston or New York accent. That's the only thing I remember.
That's cool. So, craziest situation you found yourself in?
Craziest situation. Whew. You mean like just not for comedy?
Oh, it
just
could
in
be
life?
anything. Anything. There's, yeah.
Okay. I probably have two. One was when I was in Central America. My girlfriend and I decided to travel to El Salvador 6 months after the peace accords were signed from their civil war. That was really smart. And we were walking down the beach one day, 10 o'clock in the morning, just wearing bathing suits. And these two guys pulled a gun on us.
What?
Yeah. And they're like, come here. And my friend's like, I didn't even notice them. And my friend's like, Kristin, stop. These guys have a gun. And I'm like, nah, just keep walking. And she's like, no, they're pointing it at me. So I stop and we turn around and we speak Spanish to them. They're like, my friend says, we don't have anything on us. I mean, we had nothing except our bathing suits.
Right.
And there were two guys and they said in Spanish to us, oh no, just come here. We want to talk. And they got the gun. They're like, we just want to talk. And I'm like, oh, you want to talk? I knew exactly what was going to happen. So I just said to her, I said, keep walking. And we walked about 5 feet and then we just ran down the beach and we just didn't even look back. We were just running in our bathing suits as fast as we could until we were back by people because we were kind of out in this remote area. And then we never left the hotel again. And the other time was in college. I went to, this is when I thought men and women could be friends. This guy who was a friend of mine, senior year of college, we drive from Illinois State University to go to a wedding up in Ottawa, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking we're just friends. So at the reception, I get really drunk. I meet somebody else. I'm like, hey, I want to go out and hang out with this guy. Let's go out. And he gets so mad at me. He said he actually left the reception and drove all the way back and left me there. It was a 14-hour drive.
That's
and I had to get back by myself.
That's terrible.
And stay with the guy.
So what do you mean? That's when you thought?
I thought that like we could go to a wedding together as friends, and like he wouldn't think that we were going to hook up because there was no sexual tension.
See, well, that you were aware of.
That I was aware of. Yeah, I mean, I had nothing. There was
say,
nothing going on there.
They say like if because people always talk about the whole like yes means yes and pay attention to body language and all that stuff, and it's actually bullshit because science shows like if you're interested in somebody, your brain will automatically take cues as if they're interested in your brain at that point because of hormones and all that stuff. It doesn't know the difference. So,
worst sexual encounter. You can answer that, Jacklyn. Come on.
Worst sexual encounter. No,
Oh, Rich Voss. Thank you, Jody.
Okay,
I've heard that. I've heard that name, and
he's Bonnie's husband. And,
yeah.
Oh well, thank you, Dee, for your compliments on the roast last night. And yeah, you're correct. It was a bit savage. Worst sexual encounter.
You go right ahead.
Why do I need to answer that? Shh, I don't know. Worst sexual encounter. I had a guy one time went around, told everybody I gave him a blowjob, and I hadn't. So I convinced him that I was going to do it. Drove him to the middle of the country. We got out of the car. I told him I was going to go put some music on, and I left his ass there.
That's awesome. Oh, so what did he do after that? What did he
I
tell
don't know. I
people?
never saw him again. But that was
Oh my
before cell
God.
phones, so you know his ass had to walk back.
Oh,
And next time you want to lie about something.
that's awesome. That's
I'm
awesome.
sorry, I could be mean. What
Do you
about
wanna,
you?
yeah, do you want to tell us yours?
I don't really.
No.
I mean,
No,
no, I, was,
she told us one
I had
about.
a guy in college pee
Right.
in my bed one time. That was it.
Oh,
Thank God I have not had that experience.
I can't think, like, sexually, nothing terrible. I just remember one guy who thought the nipple, like he was a hyperactive DJ. He was like, wait. And he was so hot. He was
Well, did you tell him
Guatemalan,
to
and he was
stop?
so hot. I didn't say anything. I was just like
You're just
laying there, kind of like,
let him play you like a record
I
player.
didn't know what to do. I was still like not as
I would have been like, what the
aggressive.
hell are you doing?
Yeah,
Stop
it
touching me like that.
was weird. It was like, I'm gonna get chafed in a minute. You're doing this so
Well,
much.
Piggy Pot.
Yeah, thanks, Pon. Was that him who asked the question?
No, it was Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron.
I've actually
Now you
known
know.
Aaron a long time. Thank you
Aaron
for tuning-
Fish Guppy.
Well, Aaron, his name is Aaron Fish, but they call him Guppy. Call him
Ah,
Guppy. Fitting. I train guppies.
you train guppies? Okay. Do you want to elaborate on this? Because
You've never seen that? I train goldfish, yeah, and guppies. No, not really. It's a joke. It really
Okay.
is a joke.
I was like, you sounded
Although-
serious.
I know, which is why I get everybody with it, because like I'll tell them, they'll ask what you do. I train goldfish, and they're like, "What? How do you train goldfish?" Oh, you can make them blow bubbles to music and swim through hoops, and
You should totally do a whole bit where you
I
just walk
tried
out
that.
and you just do it straight face, like, this is what I do, this is who I am, and they're all thinking you're just fucking crazy.
Yeah, well,
just go
everybody
with it.
already thinks that. I don't even need to add to it. But no, I tried it, and it was like, I think that was the one that you saw me. I'm like, okay, well, that didn't work. I think it was the goldfish one, because I was like, you know what my hobby
Maybe it
is?
was. I
tried
don't remember the
goldfish.
joke. I just remember you standing there going,
Oh,
okay,
man,
so
that
you guys didn't like that one. Okay.
Yeah, it was painful. That was so painful.
Isn't that awful when you deliver a line and you're like, okay, where's the laughter? And here comes the laughter, and everyone's just dead silent.
and you're like, oh my gosh,
"Fuck,
dang it, the
in my
crickets are
head, that
dead
was
too."
so funny.
Right. Well, I sit there, and have you ever we're writing and come up with a joke and make yourself laugh?
Oh yeah.
Do you do that? Do you have that happen?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's like, and people look at you weird, and you're like, you just wouldn't understand.
But usually the stuff that works is the stuff that when you think of it or you're writing it out that makes you laugh is usually the stuff that works the best in front of the crowds. Has been my experience.
That's true.
Hmm.
Do you have a best joke? Like,
I
one
mean,
that
my
is
best
like-
joke is my opener that I do all the time because it sets up for who I am, and it's all about being. He heard it a
I
couple
haven't.
weeks ago. I just talk about how Boston's rough, and I was informed that I was old when I was walking
Oh.
up to the stage at a show, and I heard a guy say to his friend, "Hey, bro, why isn't your mom out walking laps at the mall?" Or I'll change it like, why isn't your mom scrapbooking or Zumba class or book club or whatever? I feel like I'm trying all different ones. So when I get to the mic, I look at those guys and I say, I know I look like your mother, but I'm not, because I love you.
That is
And then
good.
I told it at a Mother's Day show recently with the original punchline of, I'm not your mom because I'm pro-choice. And I got to be careful where I do that. I can't do that at, certain fundraisers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
That's-
I imagine
You know what?
that.
I say bullshit on that. Bullshit on that. I mean, total fucking bullshit on that. You should do it at every fucking mic. And because if not, you know what? We're just going to keep running into this stuff where every, 5 or 6 years, we have states trying to take away women's rights. It needs to be out in everyone's face. It's not a fucking big deal. It's a
But you
fucking
don't
lump
want to
of
be at a
cells.
pro-life and tell a pro-choice.
That's
joke.
all I mean. I just meant like
you're never gonna be at a pro-life
probably not.
fundraiser, and if you are, well, screw you.
I had a friend, I recorded myself once doing a set and I sent it to a friend. I said, can you critique this? And I did a joke about how I had my first hickey and my mom freaked out and was like, oh my God, Kristin, are you going to get pregnant? And I'm like, don't worry, Mom. Coach said it was safe. And I thought it was hilarious. And my friend's like, I don't like that joke. Well, she's a teacher. So she was like, she didn't like it.
Yeah, I bet she did. Got a couple of compliments. Lucas, Crumble or fold is a question I ask people all the time. You crumblers are mad.
I have.
Crumblers. So you're
Wait,
mad.
that's Lucas over there. Dude is like 2 feet from us, and he's texting in. I have no idea what that means. Crumble.
I
or
think he was
fold?
talking about the
Crumble?
toilet paper.
Oh,
And then
doing a callback. I see.
D. Well, it's nice to know that you think of me every time you run over the rumble strips. Well, sorry, it doesn't work for
I had a
you.
rumble strip and thought of your skit.
Have you ever heard that joke?
So, no.
The only action I can seem to get anymore is the rumble strips on the side of the highway.
Rumble strips on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
The like.
Oh,
like-
because it vibrates.
And the light bulb goes on.
I was thinking of a Harley Davidson.
Well, that
Yeah,
would
that's yeah.
that would work.
Okay.
So you'll have to hit the rumble strips on the way home.
Yeah, really.
Although some places now they've got you running off the side of the road, and you have no choice but to ride them. With
Oh,
the
I know. With all the
construction.
construction. Oh my God, it's
There was
nuts
one day
here.
I was like, and you're all good until your freaking kids are in the car.
This woman did a joke about having, instead of a Fitbit, it's called a clit bit,
Nice.
and you actually wear it while driving, and
That would be
you know,
great.
yeah, it sounded awesome.
You could lose
It-
like
you
a
could
lot
do-
of weight. With you can burn some calories with that.
You'd be happy.
That's what
You
I
wouldn't
was
be
getting ready to
eating
say.
your feelings away. Or, you know.
Or drinking
Yeah.
or smoking or puffing. Sorry, honey, I'm like playing footsie underneath the table.
Did you say puffing or huffing?
Puffing.
Okay, I did a joke thanking God for miscarriages on a radio show and was told it was too much. Thank God for miscarriages. Oh, that could be rough. I
would.
could see that.
I don't know who told you that, but what's her face? What is her name? Ali Wong has a whole bit about
Oh,
her
yeah.
miscarriage, and it's hilarious.
I remember that one.
So I
She's
mean,
yelling at her husband, "You watch!"
but radio is
That's
different.
funny.
I mean, radio has its own different. I wouldn't confuse like radio, like on an actual station, with like comedy and comedy clubs.
That's true.
Because so much can be conveyed by the face and by the crowd and the whole atmosphere, the energy. Do you guys find this? Like, every crowd has such a different energy.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
wild.
Some of them are really, really great, and others you just kind of want to freaking wish you had something that you just throw at them, wake their asses up.
Well,
It's
the
like-
ones I hate are the ones that are in the front row and they're doing this.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm thinking about
You know.
carrying a Nerf gun with me, so when I get that, I can just like start shooting people with the Nerf gun. You're gonna sit there and be quiet, man. I'm just gonna shoot at you until you move.
It'd be nice to have the host just go up and say, okay, get people prepped to laugh. Like, open your arms, be open. This is all just jokes.
I like my idea better.
I don't, yeah. Well, your idea is a lot more fun.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Or have my own, posse.
Yeah, there you go.
Stand in the back.
Pick
with
them
Nerf
up,
guns.
carry them out. Because I've seen a number of people do that.
Are you talking about open mics or like actual?
No,
like,
shows.
No, I've had shows.
Shows.
I've gone to one show that there literally was this lady. She's like this, and it's why are you even
Why
at
are
a
you?
comedy
Yeah, why
show?
exactly? Why
I've
would
never
you
had.
come?
Anytime there's a crowd, I've never had a problem. I'll get it at open mics where there's like people.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I mean, it's an open mic. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, open mics.
Open
whatever.
mics can be the worst. So.
No,
you
yeah,
know.
no, that makes you want to lick your wounds.
I have to say, you people in Indiana are so much nicer than Boston folks.
Really.
The first mic was that Joker's mic where I saw you, and Ray took us in the back room, all the comics, and talked to us about, stay around, be supportive of everybody.
right.
And I think did we hold hands even? I mean,
No.
I
No,
think
it
I
was
swear to
not
God,
that
we
kind
held
of a
hands and
coupon.
we're like,
What were
okay,
you-
everyone, have a great show.
What
or
were you smoking, dude?
I don't know, but it was so weird. I'm like,
See,
what
I think
the-
that's weird because I went to Chicago first because you
Mhm.
can just do multiple mics, and it's not like that there. There's no like preteen meeting in the back. Like you're playing, like you're getting ready to go up like the stage. There's none of that. Like you just show up, go up, you put your name on the list. When it's your turn, you get up, and then you go out to the next mic. And I like that better. I mean, it's just because you.
But
get-
are there crowds that you're actually talking to?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, that's why you got to go to the next mic. I mean, it's just everything's practice, and yeah, I don't understand the whole like the pre-show I don't know, meeting in the back. I think that's weird.
Well, I get it. If
It was
you-
weird because I'd never done it before.
I've never
But
seen it. I think
I appreciated
I think
it.
it's just an exclusive thing to Indiana because they don't do it in LA and they don't do it in Chicago. I can't imagine they do it.
Well, booking mics is new. I've never done that before. Like where you actually pre-book and email to get on the mic.
Right.
Yeah, they don't do
know
that in
you're
other
gonna-
states either.
Yeah, Boston doesn't do that. I
Yeah,
sat for
that
3
could-
fucking hours one time and had to listen to a guy sing about iceberg lettuce.
What?
And he got a iceberg lettuce, and he did this whole thing about iceberg lettuce. He wasn't even a comic, and then he kept begging for shots from everybody. And I couldn't. I was there 3.5 hours. I'm like, fuck this. I got to get out of here. It was like midnight by that time. I'm like, I can't keep staying here, and it wasn't even guaranteed I was going to get up.
What other cities are better? And Indy just sucks because it's small. There's not. You couldn't. It would be really hard to run a bunch of mics on the same night. But what other cities do is they put them like all in the same neighborhood. So like you can like sign up at one, and then there's a list, and then you go sign up at the next one, and then you're back and forth. So like your wait time isn't that long, and you're able to like maximize the time. Or like you go to one, and like let's say there's not a lot. Let's say you get up like 4 or 5 there. You've already signed up at another one, so by the time you get there, the wait's not as long. That's how it was in Chicago, and LA is a whole different scene. There's so many people and so many mics.
I was going to say.
We have some questions.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, what are you drinking?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Dad.
she down that stuff
I gotta.
before
Yeah,
we even came on air. Water as always. What's the smallest crowd you have been performed in front of?
Recently, I think for actual customers who were there who weren't like with the place it was at or with the comic, it was two people. 3. I'm sorry.
Personally,
3.
just me, myself, and I in the mirror. There you go.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah, I know. So
I get up in my living
And you're
room
right,
and I
Ray
talk
is
through
awesome.
my set and I walk around the house doing my facial gestures and whatever I'm going to do and pretend I have my mic. And oh yeah.
what's your small crowd? Do you have one?
I don't know. I basically do open mics. So
Do you ever censor yourselves? Oh, us. Do we ever? I don't. Sorry, I don't.
I wouldn't say that. I just try to do what's comfortable for me. Oh, what about you?
if there's mics you can't say the F word. That's about it.
Really?
And like I'll take.
Yeah, like you can't drop at Crackers. You can't say the F word. They'll cut your mic.
Oh my God!
I've
really?
had that happen. Guilty of it. I was
Wow.
like,
Wow.
2 minutes into it.
Laugh factor you can't. But I just replace it with bang if you're talking about, or like some other type of innuendo. But
Right.
that's the only, and sometimes
That's the only one I've ever heard of.
See, I've never been told that there was any limits on words. I've never had that. I asked a guy once if I could use the C word because I'd never used it before and I wasn't sure if
The C word, you mean cunt?
Yes.
I'm sorry, cunt. Wait, are we
Yes.
censoring right now?
No.
Could
Go ahead and say
be.
it. Say it. I've never used it because there's something about that word, probably because I saw it in a Hustler magazine years ago when I was a kid. Ugh. Boston sounds a lot like Chicago. He started in Chicago or something in previous. Are we gonna do a cheer now? Oh,
A
thanks,
cheer.
Lucas.
Who?
It felt like that. It felt
Indiana
like
did a pre-show meeting and asked and are we? Oh, that would be funny though.
I said it. I said on stage it was like kumbaya. I mean, it was
Right?
just, I'm glad I started in Boston and came here.
What does
because-
censor mean? Oh, censor, in my opinion, means anything you're asking me not to do.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Jody.
Oh, come on, Jody.
I said the word. I said the word.
She said the C word.
But
I
there's
said
something
cunt.
about it. I just
What?
I don't. Okay, when I was in junior high, we got my friend's dad's Hustler magazine out,
Okay.
and it had some dice on a woman's crotch, and it said "wet C word." And
Oh.
ever since then, I was like,
See, I don't like it
Something.
like that because then it's I don't know. Like
I know, like British use it
Yes.
in a totally different way.
See, I
Yeah.
have a lot of people that
Yeah,
I would
I don't-
talk to.
if I use- I would
bloody
never
cunt,
use it.
That's normal.
like what a cunt. That's fine. But I would know. Yeah.
And see, you would think that would be, I don't know, more offensive to have somebody saying bloody cunt all the time. I
That's
personally,
kind of funny.
You know the funniest use of that word? Do you guys remember this? Maybe your listeners do. There was that sorority girl who got really mad at her sisters because they were acting like dweebs at a fraternity exchange. I wasn't in a sorority, so I don't totally know what the setup was.
okay.
But she was pissed off because they weren't like hooking up with guys or something. And she wrote to them and said, "If you ever act like this again, I will cunt punt you across the quad."
I saw that.
And
that
that
was
email
so
went
right.
viral, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love it! I love it!"
But I don't
That
think that was
genius.
real.
Oh no,
You
it
don't
was.
think it was?
It was.
I saw
yeah.
it going around, but I really don't think it was real because I mean I went to IU. A lot of my
Was it
friends
at
were-
IU?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what
okay.
university it was at, but it just doesn't strike me as something that a bunch of sorority girls would say.
No, they're too prissy.
Well,
not,
that's what-
not you.
They pretend.
They pretend
Yeah.
to be very prissy, but when you close the doors and fill them up with a few beers,
Yeah,
who knows
yeah.
what goes on?
But yeah, I mean, no, they do want you to, if you're at a party, they want you to stay at the party, and you know, yeah, because they fraternities and sororities pair. For,
Why
like,
do women hate the word moist? I don't.
I don't.
That's
That
how-
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me either. As long as my cake and my brownies are, moist, I'm happy.
Doesn't bother me.
Yep, moist chicken.
You know what word bothers me? I don't know why. Panties. I want them called underwear or like I can even handle the word thong. Panties. I don't know why.
Britches.
Well, that's not sexy. Get them. Ooh, those lace
It's like,
breeches.
why
you
can't
got
you
on.
just say, let's get naked?
Yeah.
Why even have to
worry about
talk
that?
about, say, panties or underwear or whatever?
I don't know. There's something about that word. Women, men, whoever use it, I just don't like it.
I don't
I
know
don't
that
know
there's
why.
a word that necessarily I can't stand to hear.
No?
Nah,
You're open to everything, I guess.
pretty much. It's
It
because
all,
of
it
words.
just depends. I mean, it's all depends on the context behind it.
Yeah.
And how you're choosing to use it and what what your meaning behind it is. I mean, you can make almost any word.
Oh my God,
Horrible.
Jody has a coffee cup. I said coffee cunt.
That's
A
great.
coffee cup with cunt on it. Oh my God.
Moist is just funny. I'm with her. Well, no, moist is yummy too. Because I'm thinking cakes, dude. I think you say that, and I'm going to baked goods.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going down
I'm
south.
not-
Sorry.
Exactly. I'm not either. Oh, Lucas. Stop that, Lucas. You're sorry. Sorry.
Moist.
My ass, you're sorry.
We'll just start chucking stuff at you, dude. You can't say stuff like that and be in the same
Oh,
place.
smegma. That's another word.
What is that?
Lucas, can you type onto the screen what smegma is? Because she doesn't seem to know.
I have no idea. I'm learning
never
so
heard.
much.
Just
Do you?
You know,
Okay.
don't you, Lucas? I don't. Oh, hazelnut flavor. Oh,
Political correctness and comedy. I don't cover politics because that's one of those areas
Well,
that
political correctness has nothing to do with politics.
politically correct. There is no such thing as politically correct comedy.
I mean, technically, using the C word, saying calling someone a cunt could be is
Politically
considered
in-
on. Is
well, what about the
politically
Dina
incorrect.
Hashem story from the weekend? She did a joke about. I don't even know how to say this guy's name because I'm old. Triple X Temptation X.
Oh, he's a rapper, isn't he?
He
Okay.
died a year ago, and
Okay.
she does a joke, but the joke's not about him dying. The joke is about him having $50,000 on him that got stolen when he got shot.
Oh,
And she says, "Oh, I saw that. I saw it and thought that's a great ad for Venmo." And so the
That's
joke's
a great
not
ad.
the joke's not
That's
making fun of
hilarious.
him getting killed, but I guess she's been getting death threats in comedy. She pulled it off Comedy Central, and she's getting all these death threats. and-
why, people? It's comedy.
there's-
You're not
yeah.
Because they're
supposed to
fans
take
of him.
us.
That's how it's just the word.
Oh, you put it on there.
It is what it is.
You
man.
put it
It's
on there.
not-
Go
What is it with you guys in cut tonight?
Go down. Go
Okay.
down. There it is. There it is. Go down.
Well, I don't-
Lucas.
you know you're full of shit.
Yeah.
What? Moist.
Look, yeah. See it? Lucas's explanation of smegma.
I'm looking. Oh, here it is.
What is it?
Yeah. It's gross.
Oh my god. Terrible. I could
I
have gone
find
the
that
rest
gross,
of.
but I watched
could've
Dr.
gone-
Pimple Popper, so go figure.
That's I watched that show.
Oh my God, I
What?
love that show, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Okay, too much time on your hands. Just say.
That and Monsters Inside Me, where they'd have to get parasites out of people.
Oh,
Love that.
I don't do. Yeah, no
don't do
cutting.
butt.
Mm-mm. It
Yeah, I
makes
should
me-
have been a dermatologist. I love that stuff.
But yeah, no, politically incorrect has nothing to do with. I mean, it can have stuff to do with politics, but it's just anything that can be perceived as offensive by really anybody.
Oh well, then pretty much everything out of everybody's mouth.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's all a matter of perspective.
Have you
outside
guys
of,
ever
like,
had
the-
people come up to you and tell you something you said was offensive or anything? Have you ever had that?
No,
I've never had that.
I've only had people say that they like the fact that
That you were offensive.
So it's like, thank you.
Oh no, I did a joke It was in Chicago, and it was a mother-daughter duo. And the whole thing was strange because they were funny.
They were performing together?
Not together, but they were doing open mics together. And I was like dead last on the list, and I did a joke about God fucking a virgin and then ghosting her.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And these two girls were like raunchy, like just just raunchy, dirty stuff. And the daughter had came up to me afterwards, and she was like, "I just wanted to let you know I was a Christian." And I was like, "Okay, that was it."
So what's the? Oh, so she was trying to shame you.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, and both of them were drunk. I mean, I don't. It was nothing off
but
my
that's
back.
a good. That sounds like a good joke.
It is a good joke.
Because I think that's what happened.
It's one of my favorite jokes you tell. That
I
Candy
think
Crush one.
I took it more as they were drunk and pissed that they just had to talk about their pussy. I mean, that's all they had. So,
they're godly pussy.
They're godly pussy, yes.
Oh,
but that
gosh.
was it. That was.
So guys are supposed to get that and pray.
But that was the only thing, and I can't imagine they were. I mean, maybe I guess they're Christians. I can't say that someone's not a Christian, but the material was very unchristian-like. So I'm not sure why she came up and said that to me.
Maybe you should have asked her for her definition of Christian while she's talking about her lady bits.
Han says, "I want to meet Saundra's uncle."
Should
classic
comedians-
joke.
Wait, hold on. Should comedians be
Bulls in a china shop. Yeah.
bulls?
Bulls in a china shop. You know.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I don't
that
think-
was,
I
could you
don't-
show
I don't-
me that again. That was actually kind of good.
Well, that's not. I
More
guess
like
a bull doesn't.
I
have
was thinking like
claws.
this, but if you want to go cat to cat,
Yeah.
why not?
I just depends on your style. Like,
Yeah.
just do your
Just do
everyone-
you. If that's calling you a bull in a china shop, then she's gonna be a cat and I'll be the bull.
Yeah, that was
And I
a
think they
terrible
did-
bull impression.
They did a bull. They did that on MythBusters. They actually put a bull in a china shop, and they kind of didn't destroy anything. They kind of like
Just
walked
kind of
around
stood there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got to
well,
get a monkey in there. That's what you need. Is a monkey throwing
Right.
shit at the china. That would be fun. You know, I have to say though, there was a guy. I did a show at Wiley's in Dayton, and this guy got up, and the show was going great for everybody. And then this guy got up, and he started picking on everybody in the audience, and like being a total dick. So then the host or the booker or whatever, she got up, and she did about 5 minutes of work, and she also basically apologized for this guy. So he was like doing that whole thing, like I'm just
okay.
no holds barred. I'm gonna go all
That's
out.
a good idea, though. That's
But
kinda
is
funny.
it though to get
It
up there
depends.
and just like completely because there was an incident that happened to Jokers.
If
not
you're
too long-
really good,
but
that would be kind of.
but
funny.
it wasn't good. It was a whole lot of body shaming because they didn't prepare any material, and so they thought that they could just feed off the crowd. And to me, that's not showing respect to comedy and the people that write and practice and rehearse.
They were
If you
doing
just
crowd work.
Yeah, they were just getting up there and freaking. Well, let's talk about this chick. She's really hot. We could all see she's hot, and and then
Yeah.
moving on to the next person. It was more of just verbal assault on the audience.
That's exactly. He started out okay, and then all of a sudden, hey, are you two together? And
right.
all this shit. The best part was though, then he gets to this older black man, and he says, and he was a white guy, and he says, "Hey, what's the C on your hat?" And the guy goes, "Cracker." And then everybody just erupted in laughter at the guy in the with the guy in the audience.
That's great.
And it was awesome. And that's when the host got up there.
For doing performance. What do you mean by performance art?
Oh, that can be anything. That can be some weird shit.
Yeah, I guess Amsterdam has some interesting performance art.
I don't even want to know. Yeah.
What did you say before that?
The
Said
D
wants-
wants to get. He's hoping to get to be the next comedian arrested from coming off the stage. What is he going to get? D, are you going to get on there and sell drugs?
Yeah, you'd have to whip your dick out or something. I mean,
Yeah.
Although I heard last week at Jokers.
Oh my
it was
God, I saw
almost
the pictures.
It was almost to that point. Did you see the pictures? They were running around in Speedos, dude.
Was it Tyson?
Yes.
I think he was. Did
And
he
there
have a
was two-
jock strap on
No,
or
I don't.
something?
It looked like a Speedo.
It
Dude,
looked
I was
something.
so
I
mad
don't
I
know.
wasn't there to see it
I
because it
know.
looked freaking
Somebody else
hilarious.
dropped his pants too.
Yes, there were
Yeah.
2 of them running around in Speedos.
As long as they're not taking their packages out because they're probably
Do
growers,
you
not
think
showers.
we'll ever see another Don Rickles?
Gigi
Just
Allen.
attend-
Oh, D.
Okay.
I know. That's who I was thinking of, dude. When you said performance art, he used to take shits on the stage.
What?
He was a punk rocker back in the day.
Oh yeah, because that's funny.
Yeah, that Gigi Allen, he was crazy as all shit.
Nobody
Yeah.
thought to give him a bag
Yeah, really. Where was his Target bag? That's
or
what he
a
needed.
bucket.
And no, there'll never be another John Rickles.
You're probably right. There
Yeah.
will be.
Well, who does that? I guess Roseanne's tried. That didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
No, that not even in the same. No, but no, there'll never be another John Rickles. I mean, there's gonna
Those are his
because-
regular underwear. That's
because
funny.
I think that type of material, like it doesn't it ages. Like now, I guess you can still have the same effect that he does, and it's almost a camaraderie thing. But the material would have to be like way different because it just doesn't fit into our society. Like it wouldn't be like considered funny.
Lisa Lampanelli.
I
I
love
her.
her.
I'm with you. You don't like her.
Oh.
She disagrees.
No, see, I see her that way, but she does so much racial stuff that I'm like, I just.
Wait, how can she be racial? She fucks black guys.
What? That's like saying I'm not racist. I have a black friend. I don't know.
No.
To me, it comes off as racist. Like she had.
Wait a minute. I was just having a conversation about this. There was a conversation I had with a certain somebody over Hispanics and whatnot, and I had somebody trying to tell me that I was racist one time. It's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can I be racist if I have biracial children?
I think it's in every. I mean,
I
think
mean,
there's some of that in
I have
almost everybody.
literally given birth to mixed children. How can I be racist?
I still think you can.
No,
No,
I
it
don't
was
think-
over actually.
I think you can say. I think you could probably say things that are perceived as racist. Maybe your intent. But no. I mean, obviously, if you're racist, you're not gonna partake in. You know what I mean? It kind of.
Okay, but I'm the type of person that told my kids that they needed to straighten up because if they didn't, then they were probably going to get deported.
No, I don't think. I'm sure. No, that's stuff that. No,
I'm a
because
terrible mom. I get it.
I don't. That doesn't make you racist. That's people say stuff all the time when they're home, and I'm sure there are other Latinos that have said that to their kids, like joking around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You know how we were talking about context. It's all. It's
Yeah, I
about
think so.
that. I think in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to comedy, because I don't like listening to Lisa Lampanelli. The stuff she does, I don't like it. I can't watch her. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah.
If it came,
I can
Richard
see
Pryor talking about race and stuff, that was funny. But Lisa
Well, that's
Lampanelli, I
like-
just can't do it. I
It's
don't
kind
know.
of like we were talking. I don't remember who I was having the conversation about. Like Lucas, the guy that's in the wheelchair. Really funny, really freaking funny. He says a lot of jokes none of us could get away with because it is based around his life and
Yeah.
being handicapped, but you could never get away with that.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes you get lucky and you can play that card, and others can't, and you just gotta accept it.
Oh, Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah, he was one. But that was back in, wasn't he the 80s also?
No, he's still out.
Oh, he's doing a
stuff.
tour with Roseanne. Oh, wow. I
He
don't
was
know.
at Sonic. I think it was Andrew Dice Clay that was at Sonic. Yeah, because he performed in Ohio not too long ago.
Oh, Cigar. Is it Sagar or Sagar? I don't know how to. Sagar. I met him. We're friends on Facebook. I didn't know it was him that took off his pants. He doesn't have
Wait,
a
who
gut.
was it?
Sagar, you don't have a gut.
Wait. Who are we talking about? Who took off?
Lucas wrote about who else took off their clothes because I guess
Tyson?
Lucas knows everything. It
Okay,
seems like.
Tyson, and who was the other person?
Sagar Lala.
Oh, yes, I know who he is. He
Yeah.
he watches the show. Dude, you guys could have waited till I was there. I would have at least gotten some ones out.
Yeah, I would have tipped you.
Right?
Did you?
You got
Lucas
you gave
tipped him. All right.
Did you?
Why
You
did
just
they-
threw it up there. Oh, see, I'd be tucking.
They
What?
do it as
Okay,
like a
what-
sketch.
I don't know.
It was just randomness. They just randomly
Well,
took
no,
off
not
the
if they
pants.
had Speedos on. It's like out.
It was like regular. He's like there's regular. He's like this kind of underwear. Where he's like I just hacked him up my ass. They pull it off.
Oh my god! So he intentionally gave himself a
Some
wedgie.
wedgie. Yeah.
That's great. I
What
wouldn't
women
want to
have
be the
been
one
doing for
washing his
years.
clothes.
That's why everyone thought it was stage. And he's like, no, just total. Like,
Just randomly decided to drop his drawers. All right. Go get
Go
down with your
for
bed
it.
self.
Yeah.
So we are actually coming down. We got like 6 minutes left. We
Okay.
want to make sure we get your plugs in.
Oh, okay.
So we get
This is
and
my
I will
plug.
and I will
Let me. Where can I? How?
can you see?
Oh,
It's totally gonna be backwards
That's
though.
it is.
It is. It's totally gonna be
Oh,
backwards, but
see,
we
I
will
don't know
scan it
techie
and we'll
stuff.
post it up if you don't mind me doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm producing a mini
The
festival,
Waukegan
Comedy Jam, and hopefully we're gonna have a DJ and we're gonna have comedians. The submissions are already closed, so sorry, indie comics. I didn't get any of you to apply for some
I
reason.
didn't know anything.
Yeah,
about
I posted it on Facebook,
Oh,
and I think I don't think
I'm
I got
liking
anyone from indie that
the
applied.
banana mic thing here. I'm liking
So
that.
that's
There's a
like
banana
The
mic.
Three Brothers Theater is where it's going to be in
Yeah.
Greentown, and that's
Banana
their
mic.
logo. It's like they combine a couple logos.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be 3 nights up in Waukegan. It's going to be awesome, I hope.
Waukegan.
So
Yeah.
are you performing?
I'll probably perform. If I drink, I won't perform. It depends on if I want to drink or not.
So where's
So you don't-
Waukegan?
So
you don't-
Waukegan is, where Great Six Flags is?
Yeah.
Up in Gurnee, right near the Wisconsin border.
Oh, so it's
Okay.
way the hell up there.
It's a 3-hour drive.
Okay.
But I got like 2 submissions from Seattle.
Wow.
One from a couple guys I know back in Boston applied.
Did you post it in the Indiana or
Yeah, I
Indianapolis
did in the
Comedy?
Indianapolis comedians group. I did it on my own Facebook page as well.
I don't always see their posts.
I only did I did it only once because I was thinking it's like 3 hours. But I got mostly people Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison. That's who I mostly got because they can drive home at night. They don't have to stay over for the night. 3 hours is a long time to
It is.
drive home. So
So you don't get on stage if you've been drinking.
never. I don't drink before I get on stage.
Why?
Once I get off that stage, I got a drink in my hand.
Okay.
Because I'm old and I forget stuff. Seriously, I forget. The edge is gone, so I just don't even do it. I just wait till I'm done, and that's why I like to go up early.
You can't have one drink.
No, I don't. Completely sober up on stage. I like to be able to react to the crowd if I can, and if something pops in my head, say it. And I just can't do that when I drink.
Huh.
And I love to drink,
What-
so I always wait till it.
I
Get up
can't
early.
I couldn't get I can have like a drink and go on because that's nothing. But I couldn't be tipsy or drunk or anything like
Oh,
that.
God, yeah, I couldn't either.
I guess, some people can only perform drunk or high.
Yeah,
I have
couldn't.
been starting the whole hitting the stage water only. And that's a little tougher because I'm finding that I'm more self-conscious
when you're sober.
when I'm sober. And
Yeah.
so I'll look down and I resort back to habits that I work really hard to break.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a whole new learning curve.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Open mic and needle
Needle
exchange
exchange.
trademark. Nice. That's what we want.
Yeah.
I
Come on up for the open mic.
Right. Here,
Ugh.
give me a clean needle.
I stutter,
That's
sober, and speak dyslexic. Yeah, I just can't do it. I don't know. I just don't do it.
Yep. Let's see who we have. Next week, I'm gonna do our plugs for anybody that's paying attention. Need my phone, and we have open mics posted somewhere. But I know what's tonight. Jokers and Shoe Fly.
Have you guys done Shoe Fly? I haven't done
I
that
have
yet.
not done
I gotta
that
get
one yet.
there.
I
But that's
know
where
I
you
need
sign
to.
up when you get there.
Okay.
And they re-automize the list.
Oh,
So
okay. So you are today, which you've been. Oh, we are on location at Bears, and Saundra you have a new job.
I have a new job.
So you are not always going to be with us because of it.
Because I need to work as much as I can.
And she's working at a place that's really big. I think the owner's name is like Bezos is the last name, but we're not going to
Yeah.
mention names of companies because we're not.
We're not getting paid by them.
Right,
Paying
correct.
us to sponsor.
Right. So she has a crazy schedule, so she won't be with us on every episode, but she's going to try and get here as much as she can. And so we are going to also, because of that, when she's not here, we're going to bring on other comedians as guest hosts
Cool.
to interview the comedian that we have on. And so next week, Bears on location, we'll have Grant and help me out here. The funny guy. Oh my God, he's so
The
funny.
funny guy, the funny comic.
Luke. I want to say Lucas, but Logan.
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 See, I had the L right. So
I thought
Luke-
it was what's his face? Not Kyle McKay. The other one, short guy. Always wears like a red. Anyways, I forget his name.
We're really sorry. And then after that, first week, August, Ray Hensley is on August 5th.
That'll be fun.
It will be.
He's a
I'm
character.
really looking forward to that. I think everybody's looking forward to seeing that
Yeah.
show. And we also, in August 12th is Rob Wilflow.
That'll be fun.
That one will be really fun too. And then we have a special female from out of Terre Haute. She's not only a comedian, she is a very talented singer.
Mhm.
Her name is Lisa Wood. And so that will be fun. And she's a nurse. So
Wow.
she's like a triple threat there. And then I'm going to close out August with, on the 26th, we have a special call-in from a comic out of Connecticut. Her name is Linda Belt. So that'll be interesting. We've got I have a special thing set up for her. We're going to have a lot of fun with that one. We're excited to have her. Anyway, so that's closing that up. And if we are going to have to call this tonight because we have hit our hour mark, but we thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you. This was fun. Thanks for all the questions.
Yes,
and
it was always.
listening.
Yep. And we are going to wave at you and say, see you later next week.
Bye.
I think I looked at the camera.